Hello and welcome to Thought for December the 11th. Our readings are taken from Job 13, Nahum chapter 3 and 1 Peter chapter 1. And our thought is, you whitewash with lies. When we were young, whitewash was used a lot. It was a very cheap sort of white paint you could quickly put on walls. Even splashed on and a grubby wall would quickly look good. But it was all for looking good. It easily got dirty again and would not be cleaned down. As we continue reading Job, we see his increasing frustration at what his three friends are saying. Their self-righteousness is evident, and their false representation of the ways of God even more so. Job is now even more blunt in responding to the worldly wisdom of these three. As for you, you whitewash with lies. Worthless physicians are you all, he says. Will you speak falsely for God and speak deceitfully for him? Chapter 13, verses 4 and 7. Their speaking falsely was to say that all bad things are caused by God as a punishment for sin. This is a dangerous half-truth. It is true that God brought destruction on Nineveh, as we read in Nahum today, a city full of lies and plunder, chapter 3, verse 1. A sad failure after the previous generation repented at the preaching of Jonah. Job is so committed to his service to God that he declares, though he slay me, I will hope in him, yet I will argue my ways to his face. This will be my salvation, that the godless shall not come before him. Yet when God finally reveals himself in conversation and answered Job out of the whirlwind in chapter 13 verse 1, Job is almost silenced. See verse 3 to 5. Later God speaks of the friends and says, his anger burns against them, for you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. Chapter 40 verse 7. Are we speaking of God and his Son what is right? Sadly, many use whitewash in their self-confident portrayal of what God is. What many talk of as faith has no real substance. This took our thoughts to what we read today in Peter's first epistle. He told the believers, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes, though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honour at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Chapter 1 and verses 6 to 7. May our faith become really genuine. If it is not that way already, may we not deceive ourselves by using whitewash in our thinking and our ways of talking. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.